Hey everyone! Alright, this video is just going to be a review and we are going to talk about how to multiply and divide fractions. Your objective: I will be able to multiply and divide positive fractions fluently. So we are only focusing on positive fractions today. So let's review. Whenever you multiply fractions, you multiply the numerators, then multiply the denominators. Cool thing about multiplying and dividing is we do not have to have common denominators. So if we had something like 1/3 times 1/2, we're just going to multiply numerators, so 1 times 1, and then multiply denominators, 3 times 2, and then our answer would be 1/6. Simple as that. Now if we are dividing, we flip the second fraction and multiply. So let's say we had 1/3 divided by, let's say, 1/5. So what I want to do is I want to flip the second fraction, change it to 5/1, and then we're going to multiply instead. So then I would multiply numerators and multiply denominators, and then of course, if we have an improper fraction, we want to make sure that it is a mixed number. Alright, so we're going to do some examples together. Keep in mind, like with any fraction problems, again, if it's an improper fraction, we want to make it a mixed number. And if it can be reduced, we want to reduce it. We've got to have our answers in simplest form. So example 1, we have 2/5 times 1/4. Anytime you see a little dot like this, that means multiplication. So I'm multiplying the numerators, 2 times 1, and then multiply the denominators. 5 times 4 is 20. Now 2 and 20 can both be divided by 2, so I want to make sure I reduce this. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 20 divided by 2 is 10. So our answer would be 1/10. Example 2, we have 7 times 3/8. Now, if you don't see any symbol here, that means we are multiplying. If we have addition, subtraction, or division, there will always be a symbol there that shows that, but if there's absolutely nothing there, and you just have two numbers in parentheses next to each other, it's multiplication. So keep that in mind. Now, if you have a whole number, just put it over 1 to make it look like a fraction. So we have 7/1 times 3/8. Multiply numerators, 7 times 3 is 21, and then on the bottom we have 1 times 8, which is 8. And then I want to change that to a mixed number. So 8 would go into 21 2 times, which is 16, and we would have 5 left over. So this would be 2 and 5/8. Alright, example 3. We have 1/6 divided by 3/4. So if we are dividing, we flip the second and multiply. So 1/6 stays the same. We're changing it to multiplication, and then we are flipping that second fraction. And now we just multiply. 1 times 4, and then 6 times 3. 4 and 18 can both be divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 18 divided by 2 is 9. So our answer would be 2/9. Example 4, we have 3 and 1/2 divided by 2 and 1/5. So just like with other operations, if we have mixed numbers, we want to make them improper first. So I'm going to multiply the denominator by the whole number, and then add the numerator. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and denominator stays the same. So I have 7/2 divided by, and 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11, denominator stays the same. So this would be 11/5. Now we are going to flip the second, and then we are going to multiply. So I'm going to have 7/2 times, and this would change to 5/11. 7 times 5 is 35. And 2 times 11 is 22. I have an improper, so I want to make sure I put top dog in the house and divide. 22 can go into 35 one time. And we get 13 left over. So this would be 1 and 13 over 22. All right, example 5. A survey shows that 1/3 of Mrs. Erickson's students prefer vanilla ice cream. If she has a total of 156 students, how many prefer vanilla ice cream? Okay, anytime you see something like this, so 1/3 of, well, we know 1/3 looks like this. Anytime you are taking a fraction of something, that means you're going to multiply. So I'm taking 1/3, and it's 1/3 of the 156 students. So I'm taking 1/3 and I am multiplying that by 156. Now again, if you have a whole number, just put it over 1. So I'm going to multiply the numerators, and I'm going to multiply the denominators, and I get 156 over 3. Again, this is improper, so I want to put top dog in the house and divide. 3 cannot go into 1, but it can go into 15 5 times. And we bring down the 6, and 3 goes into 6 2 times. So since this came out evenly, 52 would be our answer. It actually just turns into a whole number. So 52 students prefer vanilla ice cream. So again, keep in mind, if you're taking a fraction of something, that means you're just multiplying that fraction times that total amount. All right, now it is time for you to try. Make sure you show all of your work on your notes and make sure you get your question answered in PlayPosit. If you have any questions, concerns, please leave a comment whenever you rate this video.